Well, I am here with Julia Hebenstreit, Executive Director, the Kim Foundation. Julia, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Andy. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, the Kim Foundation is doing so many amazing things in the community and for such an important cause. So let's just first talk about the Kim Foundation, and then we're going to talk about your event that's coming up.
Okay,
but the Kim Foundation, yeah.
Yeah, so we're a family foundation. We're based here in Omaha, but do work throughout the state of Nebraska. The Courtnage family, they lost their daughter Kim to suicide, and so really that's their passion behind what they do and behind the foundation. And so our mission is to be a supportive resource and compassionate voice for lives touched by mental illness and suicide. So we do a lot of community engagement and programming in the schools and churches, community groups, just really starting that conversation around mental health and suicide, because it's a really important conversation to have, but one as a society we're not having often enough.
Yeah. And when did their daughter commit suicide? I mean, what year was
She
it?
died by suicide in the 80s, yeah. And
Okay.
so she was in her mid-20s, and it's been, it took them some time to really be ready to do this and give back in an impactful way, and now it's been up and going for quite some time.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like back in the 80s, that's a time when people really weren't talking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was happening, but there wasn't this this conversation that people are having.
Yeah, and I think we are getting better as a community and as a society, really having the conversation more. There's still a lot of work to be done, obviously. It's an uncomfortable conversation for people. Death, and conversation about death in general is very, very hard, but also when it's, they just don't understand it, and maybe they haven't been in touch personally, they tend to shy away from that conversation. But I think the more and more we talk about it, the more people are going to feel like they can reach out for help when they need to, and that they're not alone, so suicide never becomes an option.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that really has been so, when you look, I don't want to call it the silver lining, but the impetus or the thing that kind of grows from their tragedy is they created the foundation, and then you're having this amazing event coming up on November 1st.
Yeah, we're mixing it up this year.
I know you are. I know you are.
Doing something completely different. So we are doing an annual event each fall, A Time for Hope and Healing. And this year it's A Time for Hope and Healing with Modern Warrior Live. And typically we just have a keynote speaker. This is an entire performance. It'll be at the Holland Center.
I don't have any idea what that is. So talk to me about what is that?
Yeah, for sure. So James, he's an Army veteran, and it's his biographical story. And however, an internationally renowned trumpet player also composed music to it. And so James tells his story about, being a combat veteran and what he has seen, his own struggles with anxiety and depression, losing his battle buddies to suicide, and really just that post-traumatic growth that comes after war. And for many veterans, it's the case, and that they aren't damaged, that they have more to give. It's not just that their time is done serving and then what, and they just have a lot more to give and a lot more growth to experience. And James does an amazing job. He's very transparent with the story. It's an incredibly moving piece, and I saw it out in DC about a year and a half ago, and right after I was like, we have to bring this to Omaha. There was not a dry eye in the house. And the one thing I will say is it goes beyond just veteran and active military. They're the first to tell you for first responders or anyone who's experienced a traumatic event, and just really anyone who can empathize with that situation. So we're hoping to bring a lot of different community members together to celebrate this evening and really learn from the experience.
So is it a one-on-one conversation, or is it a musical? Or
it's both.
What is it?
Yeah, so James is on stage and he's telling his story, and he tells it in a theatrical way, but it's his true story. And there's letters from his mom that he gets into, and so it's very personal.
Gosh.
And then there's also musicians and vocalists that sing throughout, and they have a beautiful set that really furthers the story, and so it lasts. And there is, though, the conversation piece, the talk back afterwards, so that they can gauge from the audience, what did you get from the experience, what can we help you with, and they have a lot of people that come up afterwards and talk to them. People have a chance to meet the talent, and James is a veteran, so it's a little bit of everything all into one. So we're excited.
I love it. I mean, I'm so excited for this because typically such great works, but you guys have typically done a luncheon. So this is kind of taking it to a completely different level at the Holland Center and having that, yeah, I mean, I'm so excited.
So are we.
For what this really can bring to the community and how the community can get engaged back in with you. And so.
And our hope is that any military or first responders that want to see the performance and come, we had built into our sponsor packets that they could donate tickets back to military and first responders. So we have a lot of those available as well, and we have different levels of tickets, whether they want to come to the reception, and they can go to the website and find all the information. So thekimfoundation.org to purchase tickets or donate tickets to veterans as well.
Okay, so I just want to backtrack.
Yeah.
So a company or an individual, if like I want to just buy 5 tickets or 6 tickets to donate back to a veteran.
Yep, absolutely.
And I can do that.
Yep, and then we facilitate that for them too. We're working with the VA and other military-focused organizations and first responders here in the community. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such important work. So November 1st, how can people buy tickets again?
Sure. If you go to our website, thekimfoundation.org, it lays out the different levels of tickets and things that how you can get involved.
Okay.
And it's November 1st at 7 o'clock at the Holland Center.
So, and let me ask you this, kind of, you know, the event piece is awesome, but what can the community do? I mean, beyond the event piece, what can we do to save lives and implement suicide prevention? I mean, what are some tools?
Yeah, I think that's an important piece, is that people don't understand that all of us can play a role in suicide prevention and saving lives in our community. You know, sometimes, again, if it hasn't impacted them directly, they don't understand. And one easy thing to do is to learn the warning signs and what to watch for, either in yourself or loved ones. And then most importantly, if you identify those signs, where can we connect you to help? So there's a suicide prevention awareness campaign, community-wide, 13minutes.org, and it has all of the warning signs, resources, risk factors, things that you can do to protect people from suicide. And so just everyone understanding that we all play a part in that, educating yourself on what to look for, how to help. And then too, if you have a service group or a church group or, a PTA night, or, we go and do free presentations for people, just really educating them and helping them understand how they can play a role in what is really going on in our community.
Yeah, because to me, suicide too it's not a ethnic group, it's not an age group. I mean, it really hits everybody. And I've experienced that type of depression within my life, and sometimes you just don't know how to get out of it, but you kind of hang on. But you don't have to just be grasping from the rails and just like, oh my gosh, I hope that I'm going to be okay. And I get that. So thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity and for bringing light to this. We appreciate it.
All right. Well, again, last time, website?
thekimfoundation.org, and they can purchase tickets there for the November 1st event.
Okay. Wonderful.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we will be right back.